So your favorite DFS showdown captain play is who, Reid?
I think I'm going to go with CeeDee Lamb. I think there's a lot of places that you can go. I think with Cooper being potentially back in, it looks like he's going to be back in. We don't have any official word yet. He's questionable. We know that Kamara is out, and both linemen and Armstead and Ramczyk are out for the Saints. That's going to be a lot of hurt against this offensive line, especially guys who can put pressure on the Dallas side, like Micah Parsons. But I think CeeDee Lamb is good. We saw week 10, 3 red zone targets and 2 touchdowns for CeeDee Lamb. He is that guy, and I like that all of them potentially are healthy, right? Gallup's in, Schultz obviously is in, Cooper if he's in. That roster percentage is going to be flat across all of these pass catchers, and I think Dallas is going to get up early, and the way to do that is they go to a guy like CeeDee Lamb. I think Zeke Elliott is potentially a guy, but I just don't know with that split with Tony Pollard, so give me CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah, and he's produced some big performances against some tough defenses this season. Geoff, what about you, man? Who are you going to spend 1.5 times the salary on?
I'm going to go with Tony Pollard in this spot, actually. I mean, I think fading Jerry Jones just as like a manager or whatever he says, generally, I haven't checked the record on it. It's probably been profitable. Look, Zeke is not right. I mean, it's a player who's averaging like under 3 yards per carry over his last 3 starts, excuse me. But, I get it. Like there's news in the media. He's going to get carries, but Pollard is playing on over 40% of the snaps. He's been the more productive player. I think it's a great spot for him too. You're going up against a tough rush defense. He's quite easily the better receiver of the two. And they have been deploying him more in the red zone of late. He's actually outtouched Zeke in the red zone over the last 2 games. I think that you could see, Zeke, if he starts off slow or maybe gets a re-injury here, I think there's a very good chance Pollard may even outtouch him. Dallas cannot afford to lose this game. They can't afford to give Zeke carries just because Jerry Jones said something in the media. So I think that's all overhyped. I think Pollard is a very good play tonight, and I think he's going to have a big night.
And with him being a better receiving back, New Orleans has given up the 3rd most receiving yards to running backs in the past month, too, Geoff. Good point by you, Geoff. Hey, you're welcome. Pearce, what about you, man? Who's your captain tonight?
There's only one more Cowboy to consider, so give me Dak Prescott. We're on the same page here. We expect that the Cowboys are going to win this game, cover the spread. I'm assuming everybody's on that page. Maybe not. But the points, fantasy-wise, look like they're coming from the Dallas side. As Geoff mentioned, the Saints have had a good rush defense for several years now. That's not necessarily where you want to attack. You should attack through the air with the Cowboys. Cowboys' offensive line is getting healthier every day. And if you look at all the different metrics for this Saints defense in terms of pass rush, they're below average. And they've lost Marcus Davenport, so they're going to be even that much worse. And then you look at things like yards, air yards, depth of target. They're more than below average in those categories. This is definitely a pass defense you can attack. Cowboys are getting slightly more healthy. We'll see with Cooper. I definitely think that Dak's going to be set up for a really big game. If not him, then CeeDee Lamb would be my alternative.
All right, fresh off his 3rd highest scoring effort of the season is Dak. Which value play you looking at for this showdown contest, Geoff?
Well, Jordan Humphrey, man, why not? I mean, when you're got a low-volume passing offense like the Saints, I mean, what you want to do is target their cheap guys because there's not many targets going to be spread around here. Taysom Hill is going to be running the ball a lot. We know that. But, I mean, with the guy at 2,600, 3 catches here, that's fine. And, Jordan Humphrey, he does have some downfield ability. He's a big dude. Dallas is not exactly great at limiting receptions to the wide receiver position here. So it's actually a better than advertised matchup. They may be throwing a little bit more to the wide receivers with no Kamara. Again, this is a player who's inserted back into the lineup, played over 40% of the snaps in his last game. This is kind of like just what all the wide receivers for New Orleans do. They play 40, 50% of the snaps, and they get 3 or 4 targets. That's what Jordan Humphrey did in his last game. So why not just take him? He's cheap here. He's going up against not really the greatest pass defense, just in terms of, again, limiting receptions to the position. I think this is a good play. If we all expect that Dallas is going to be up in front running the ball and Pollard and Zeke are going to get touches, at some point Taysom Hill is going to have to air it out a little bit. And I think Jordan Humphrey at 2,600 is a very good comeback play.
Yeah, Pearce, I feel like on Thursday night slates, there's always an unexpected player to find the end zone. Who could be that guy in your eyes?
I'll see Jeff's Galaxy Brain wide receiver and raise him with Simi Fehoko at $300.
Yeah. Here we go.
Now, hear me out. So Amari Cooper apparently still has a cough. Now, I don't even know if that passes protocols, but if the guy has a cough, do you think he's going to be out on the field running sprints and running routes? I don't think he plays. His backup, Cedric Wilson's already been ruled out. That means the 3rd stringer, Fehoko, is going to get his chance. We don't have any stats on him. He's played 4 snaps this year, 9 catches, 77 yards in the preseason. Yeah, we're pulling up preseason stats. 5th-round pick out of Stanford, all Pac-12. There's really not much to go with here, but he's giving you extreme savings. Watch the news. Follow at DK Live. Check out the DK Live app. We'll let you know what the status is of Amari Cooper. But if Cooper's out, then I really expect Fehoko to be in a really good spot at $300.
Just to put that in perspective for everybody at home, Michael Thomas is also $300, and he is out for the season. Reid Fowler, who is your value pick tonight?
I don't even follow that.
I don't know. I really don't know how you do it.
I appreciate the effort too, and Pierce trying to pronounce the Polynesian name. I like that. Right? Not that hard though. That wasn't that hard. But like, I guess mine is going to be a little bit more chalky than that. A little bit more, on the normal. The Dallas defense. I wanted to say Traquan Smith. I don't think he's necessarily a value. So he's at 5,600. I think he's going to be involved. And Little Jar Humphreys, Taysom Hill is an unknown. Guy's going to go with his first option, and if that's not Little Jar Humphreys, he's going to run the ball. I think Dallas' defense is definitely in play at 4,400. Taysom's first start, I don't think he's going to do that well. He's got plantar fascia, right? So he's not going to be running a ton. Now also you get DeMarcus Lawrence back. Like he's back off and activated off of IR, so he's coming back along with Micah Parsons. I could definitely see an interception, a fumble, a few sacks, a defensive touchdown. Absolutely in this game. All the offensive linemen that we talked about are out. So, yeah, give me Dallas C at 44.
Let's go over to the DraftKings Sportsbook here, guys. Pierce, favorite player prop you like?
Semi Fehoko, touchdown.
I was just going to say, the odds on that are probably plus 200,000.
Oh, that's funny that you wonder, because they are. They're plus 10,000 for him to score the first touchdown of the game. Hey, if you want to have some fun tonight, you want to throw down a bet that could pay out well, throw $10 on Semi Fehoko to score the first touchdown. Again, you need to see that Cooper's not playing. You got to see, basically, if that happens, then Fehoko is going to play probably 50% of the snaps. And it's a pretty good chance. I mean, at plus 10,000 to score the first touchdown, why not throw $10 down on that? Get yourself $1,000 tonight. It's a matchup that can be exploited. We expect that they're going to pass the ball. And if they're going to pass, someone's going to catch that touchdown. Why not Fehoko?
Hey, man, I like it, dude. There's always a chance, brother. Reid, what do you want to do here? Your favorite player prop?
I'm really feeling the Semi Fehoko.
Dude, I hope he goes off tonight. I'm just going to say it.
I hope he gets 2 touchdowns. I think Dak over 8.5 rushing yards is definitely in play. But the one that I actually really like kind of correlates with Jeff's captain play. I'm going under 2.5 receptions for Ezekiel Elliott. You're getting plus money on that. And this kind of correlates to, like, Ezekiel Elliott has hit this number over this number, like in his last 6 contests. So it does get a little bit. But I do think that if you want to keep this guy fresh for the entire rest of the postseason and the rest of the regular season, you got to feature a more 50-50 split. And I don't think you need to feature a lot of the running backs necessarily in this passing matchup, because you have a guy like Fehoko and CeeDee Lamb and some of these other guys that you can feature. So I'm going to go under 2.5 receptions for Zeke.
All right, Ulrich. Welcome to the show, bud.
Yeah, I mean, I bring up little Jordan Humphrey, and somehow Semi Fehoko becomes the star of the show. Anyways, okay. We've talked about the receiving situation for Dallas, and again, I mean, it could go to this wide receiver who is, I'm pretty sure, a real person. But I think that the main thing here, I think Dallas will throw to the running backs a little bit more, and I like going over on Tony Pollard. 16.5 receiving yards. He's gone over this in his last 4 games. The New Orleans Saints are a good rush defense, but as Emerson, you alluded to at the start, they're not really that great against guarding against receptions to the running back position. They're allowing over 10 yards per reception on the season to running backs. I think Pollard gets used a lot here as a receiver, just for the fact that I also agree with Pearce. I don't think Cooper's going to play, and if he does, it's just going to be like a few snaps. So yeah, I like going over on Tony Pollard's receiving yardage today. Yeah,
well, it looks like Cooper is trending in the right direction. He has said he's still feeling the impacts of COVID-19. Slate-approved pick time, guys. Your favorite bet tonight. Reid, start us off.
Nick Vanette, plus 400 anytime score. If you want to sprinkle a little bit, he's plus 2,200 to score the first touchdown. Why not?
Yeah, right. Why not? Jeff?
So, I mean, I like the Cowboys this morning when they were -4, but now they're up to -6.5 with the Kamara news. I don't think he's worth that many points. So I would just go to the player props here. I think that, again, I mean, Michael Gallup and CeeDee Lamb, you can target them. Michael Gallup's plus 150, plus 1,500, excuse me, to go over 125 receiving yards. He averaged over 20 yards per reception in his last game. You could even take him at plus 1,000 to go over 100 receiving yards and 1 touchdown scored. Someone in this Dallas offense, passing offense, is probably going to have a massive game. And I think Gallup gives you really good odds there in the player props.
Let's keep in mind, too, I mean, Mike McCarthy, the head coach of the Cowboys, isn't even there, guys. He's also in COVID protocol. Pierce,
That's a positive.
Yeah, okay. Pierce, Slater-proof pick, your favorite bet.
Look, if we think this thing's going to be a blowout, then the increased. Yeah, I hate that we've lost a couple points just in a matter of hours. But if we think it's going to be a blowout, then get in now, because the money was already all over the Cowboys to cover at 4.5. The public, the handle was on the Cowboys. It's going to continue to be. And it's not just that Kamara's out, like Reid mentioned earlier. The offensive line for the Saints continues to be out for the 3rd straight game. Taysom Hill has a foot issue, so I just don't see how the Saints hang in there with this game. Give me the Cowboys, and I'll continue to lay the points as it goes up.
Yeah, and the Cowboys are a perfect 6-0 ATS in their last 6 games, too, against the NFC.